What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rooster Retro Show. My name is Rue, and you're watching Final Fantasy. Oh my god, finally, right? It's only been an actual year since I did the very last episode of Final Fantasy, of this version of Final Fantasy. Where have I been? Well, I've been on Twitch, I've been on Facebook, I've been on YouTube still. I've kind of just been all over the place, and realizing that I hadn't finished my final installment of the original classic version of Final Fantasy, and was like, you know what, it's time. It's overdue, actually. It's time to get back to this, so here we are. Back into the Temple of Chaos, fighting with our classic four-party of Venus the Fighter, Goku the Monk, Mid the Red Mage, and Swedge the White Mage. Or actually, I'm sorry, Red Wizard and White Wizard, whatever, at this point. Because, yeah, we're at the very, well, the end of the game here. We're using some of the coolest weapons that we got. We picked up that Thor's Hammer at some point in the game. You can go back and check out the entirety of this Let's Play, too. It's all online right now. And this was just the last episode that I had to finish up and just didn't do. So I was like, oh, what am I doing? Well, there is a good reason for that, too, actually. My microphone itself. I have this silly stupid issue now that I look back at how easy it was to fix it, that it was just plaguing me for a while. There was like an internal setting in the microphone, and the volume was down. And it was strange because I was like going through some of my programs and trying to like, well, why am I so quiet right now? Like, why is everything like just 30% less almost? and that's what it was, so. Well, figured it out, and then, a year later, got back to it. I believe in the last episode I made mention of, this is going to be the year for Earthbound, dude. No, it wasn't, because now it's 2022. So maybe this year will be it, kids. I don't know. Welcome to the Rooster Retro Show. So anyway, yeah, taking it back, though. I felt just the need to finish up this series, so figured it was time to do the thing. So we'll continue through the dungeon and make our way, well, we're going to fight some of these water elementals on the way. We're continually using those gauntlets, the Thor's Hammer, all those items that we picked up in the previous dungeons of the game. We're making good use of them now, especially with this party, because it can always just deal some damage to the entire group if you need to. Just a little bit of damage there, not as much. But would you look at that? I mean, Goku, of course, still, and in this version of the game, just like shredding it up. Now, again, this is indeed a ROM hack, so this is the version I've been playing, Final Fantasy Restored ROM hack, and what an excellent thing it's been. I believe I'll use the time here during the more monotonous parts of the dungeon here to talk about my thoughts about it. And man, really, it's what a wonderful mod, or whatever you call it, hack. Really good version of this game. I mean, making use of everything from the menus being in the color blue, how I've been doing it this whole time. You know, that is actually a sub option, I believe you can pick. You can retain them in the black style, I believe, if you like, for a more Americanized classic kind of thing. But I opted for the traditional blue. I just like it. You know, I've done it in my Chrono Trigger Let's Play, so there is that. But yeah, it's just really nice. It's pleasant, actually. So I went with it. You know. But yeah, and you know, dealing out the damage that it, not dealing out, that's the wrong word for it. What am I trying to say? The way that it handled the statistics that were not as well handled in the original versions of these games. I know in the American version there was. When I first played it as a kid, I was way too young to even know what was going on there. You're like, oh, there's weird things going on with the stats. I have no idea. Game hard, you know, and that was about it. But, you know, as I grew older and, you know, continued to keep this, well, this series and gaming as general and my hobbies, yeah, it was like, oh, okay, so I wasn't crazy, you know, maybe it was just needlessly hard or something like that. Now I think this game does retain the, or this version, I should say, retains the challenge, definitely, of the old school, Final Fantasy days. I think the hack just really cleans it up really nice. I mean, it makes the UI look good. You've got these added little areas. You know, you got more room for more characters as well. You know, because back in the day we were forced to only like, what, 4 letters? So hope you got a name there like Josh or Matt or something. You know, you just throw them in there. My name Andrew, too long. So you know, what was I gonna do? Be a Drew? No, thank you. I'm a Rue. So hey, that works. So there you go. But I didn't actually have that name that early on, that nickname. That actually came much later in my later teens. Well, maybe early teens, I don't know, but teens nonetheless. But playing these games, I was still a young lad, a boy, if you will. So there it is. Anyway, we're going to use the gauntlets to pretty much hit everything in the party here, as per usual. The enemy party, that is. Yeah, just keep it going, really. I mean, basically here at the end of the dungeon, we are like immensely powerful, and that is kind of one of the things about Final Fantasy 1 in general, not even necessarily about this ROM hack itself, but that the game got so much easier in the later half of the game than it was in the very beginning of the game, and I definitely subscribe to that. I think that's like 100% true. So yeah, I'm not obviously the first person to say that stuff, but you know what I mean. It's I agree to that. You know, that's that is righteous, because you know, here at the end of the game, I feel like we're just totally ripping it, like kicking some ass over here, kicking ass and taking names essentially. So there we go. We got a critical hit on that dude, knocked him out. The monsters have perished. They are defeated. They're dead now. So we shall continue through the Temple of Chaos. Let's see, well, there's nothing here. It looked like a gravestone or something like that. It's kind of an interesting thing. Nothing here either, indeed. Nothing but a random battle with a white shark and a well, 2 white sharks and a deep eye. Now, I wonder if these deep eye things have like any kind of like beholder type attacks. You know, I'm sure they do. You know, like darkness and such. I think that was a thing in this game, but it didn't seem to have much of the stat do anything, and that is another thing that I also kind of noticed in this hack as I was playing through it. Well, there he goes, he's dead now, but then some things still didn't work, and it was more into my benefit as far as status ailments, and that's fine. I'll take it. But yeah. Hey, we got a level up Goku up to level 34. Oh, that's excellent. And so as of the final amount of time that took me to get through this recording, oh shoot, here we go, we got Kraken. That's right, we're on the, I think we fought, I forgot which one, we fought 2 of them last time, yeah, so yeah, we're on the 3rd and the 4th bosses coming up on this one. Alright, let's let you see the white robe here is going to do some nice healing to the entire party. Or actually, nope, it won't do healing, it's going to knock him the fuck out though. He's down, but I think it did evasion or something like that, my bad. Yeah, that would have been nice at the moment, but now Swedge is like flat on his face. Damn it, the Kraken like hit him good. Made me forgot what the hell else I was talking about. We're gonna have to fight the Kraken now. Okay, let's see, what do we got? Yeah, we should haste up Goku. That's probably a good idea. Alright, so he'll start doling out the hits. It's gonna throw some Thundara against us. 23, not too bad. That's fine, we can deal with that. Venus has a lot. Ooh, we got a crit there. That's good. Of course we got a crit. Shit. Oh, and that's going to be enough to destroy the Kraken. Excellent. Alright. Alright, now, sorry about that, Swedge. You didn't... you weren't able to partake in some of the sweet experience points there, but luckily the Red Mage has the Raise spell. We can get you back up on your feet, and then some of your own cure spells. It's going to look like we're... Oh, shit. How am I going to have to do this? Got a lot of stacks and cure there. Guess we can go with just one of those, maybe. And then let's see, I've got a bunch of potions still. I guess Venus needs a few of those too. Well, I'll cure some of that nastiness. Alright, everybody needs some potions. Here we go! Here's the big old potion run, the sound of lovely sounds. The best of times it was, when we had this time together, you and I. We could enjoy the chiming sound of charming potions. Oh, yes. So good. It goes on forever, my friends. Yes. Until it doesn't. Okay, good. Okay, and we're back out of that incredibly weird loop. Alright, so we'll go down a floor, and let's see. Oh, immediately run into some vampires. With a vampire lord hailing over this group. What a group indeed this is. This is kind of interesting right here. So let's see, we'll use some of our... let's see, I got some of that, ooh, I got that holy. I got that Diaja, though. What do I want to use here? Maybe some regular level. We don't have to go, like, the highest all-out on this, you know, because we fought some of these... that guy's dead, anyway. So, if Swedge gets it off, we can probably finish him off. I'm thinking of that. We'll see if that works. Let's see, the light axe is gonna do some mid-range kind of damage. Low to mid. Wow, that actually kind of did a good bit of damage there. But Diaga is going to do the thing. Absolutely. That might have been enough on its own, the way it's dealing it out, so. Alright, and then the finishing run here. What do I want to do to just finish this guy off? Do I need to cure anybody? If I can even get it off in time. Mid might need a little bit of help there. And no, of course not. It never works out that way. That's fine. Alright, ooh, and Venus, level 34, with a level up. Excellent, excellent. And Mid with the level up to level 34. Very nice. Alright, so we're all looking pretty good. Okay, everyone but Swedge, because unfortunately Swedge died. He's got about 8,000 something to go to the next level, so whatever he picks that up, that's gonna happen. So we'll see what happens at that time. If we can make it through, if he can get up to level 34 over here, that'll be like an entirety of the level 34 party wiping out the game. That should be about as high as I get. But not before we fight more vampire lords, because they're gonna be in our way, blocking us from getting to the end of the game. Those sons of bitches, how could they have done this? I guess we'll have to teach them a lesson in any event. They're actually dealing some pretty decent damage over here, actually. I'm noticing like 91s. I saw like 140 something almost, maybe, or 114 or whatever it was in the last battle, or something like that, but they are, yeah, they are indeed doling it out a little bit. These used to be what the enemies in one of the caves early on. Was it the Earth Cave or something? Yeah, I don't know. Names and such all elude me. There's so many different variations of all the names and all the ones that I gotta remember which ones I use for this one. It's like, geez. Alright, and let's see, final attack here on the vampire. Let's finish this guy off. There we go. Of course it's Goku to finish it off, and I believe I called it in like the early episode or something like that, that maybe Goku will be the one to throw the final blow on the Chaos Beast when we get to that point. At the end of the Temple of Chaos. We shall see. Bets in. Let's put the bets in right now, gentlemen. Alright, so we got some arrows. So if you're noticing a theme about this kind of thing, each floor in the Temple of Chaos almost kind of has like its own bosses and enemy sects, if you will. So like as we're getting on, we're fighting these wind enemies. Of course, later on here, we're going to fight the wind crystal boss that we've already kind of done before. And I believe there is a bit of a boost in some of these maybe that's a ROM hack thing, that might be, but I felt like when I'm fighting these guys that they are a little bit more difficult on my end than they were the first time around, or maybe not so much like that. Like Lich must have been boosted up a little bit because when I fought him back in the day, it felt different. You know, it felt a little bit more. I don't know. It's just weird. He was using some more attacks maybe he didn't use. I don't know, but things like that. That's fine. You know, but I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. I'm just saying that they probably used it to like. Or that mechanic to like, ooh, let's put a little bit more challenge into these bosses that you fought before. You know, other games have done that. Mystic Quest, another game that I played before, did that kind of thing exactly, the way that they're kind of like handling it. Now, they are calling them the same thing, whereas Mystic Quest, I believe, had like a part where you go through the game and at the end and you do the boss gauntlet run, and that's where it is. You find those reskins of those bosses that you fought 4 times prior. Actually, shit, there was like 4 of those guys too. Yeah, because that game had crystals too. Wow, oh my god. Concept. I know, right? I've figured this out before. But, yeah, so, pretty cool though. I mean, it's a trope that I like. It's not one, again, that I'm dogging on or anything like that. I'm not banging it out, so I think it's fine, but, yeah. So let's see, let's continue down this hallway here, and we'll see. I know we're probably going to be getting, eventually, at some point closer, this is going to be the Tiamat Dragon. You know, this should be the next Chaos Fiend coming up next, so. But this, this floor is full of, like, wind enemies and vampires. It's such a strange mix. Vampires and wind, oh my. What's going on here? Alright, so let's see what I'm going to use here. Do I, yeah, I'm thinking about using some of that Diaga again if I can get it off in time, one more time. Before, well, you know, it doesn't seem like the entirety of the party is like killing everyone, so didn't really have a whole lot, and that was kind of the thing about Final Fantasy 1. There wasn't really a lot of hit all the enemy attacks, and the ones that didn't do the most damage in this version of the game. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. There was the in the time off since this Let's Play was like began, I believe, maybe, and to where I am now, ending it. The Pixel remasters have come out, so it was like, oh my god, there's the Pixel remasters. Now I've got to go through those, so I will be streaming that game on Twitch. So if you'd like to come and check out some of the other versions of this game, and I played through that one actually already, and I went through and I beat it. I didn't do it on camera yet, so I was going to think about going back and just doing it again, but I did find that version compared to this one much easier. Ooh, we found the Masamune in the treasure chest. Nice. I don't think anybody can actually use that. Can Mid use that? Let's see if Mid can use that. But actually, he might be able to be the one that can do. If he can use daggers. Yes. Awesome. Okay. And actually, it looks like a dagger, but I believe that weapon could be used by anybody in the game. I think that's the one. Because I know that we got the Excalibur there for Venus. But the monster meat is like the second next best weapon that you can get in the game, and I believe anybody can wield it. So I could give it to my white mage if I wanted. And actually, I should have probably thought about that, giving it to Swedge, because then he would have been dealing out damage like a freaking boss on attack. So it's actually kind of not a bad move to do so. But I figured I'd go ahead and give it over to mid. Only because I didn't really know that at the time, I believe. Unless I'm just remembering that totally wrong, and that was just a thing in the other. But I'm pretty sure that I feel like that's always kind of been a thing in Final Fantasy, that when you got that item, that anybody could wield it. So that's pretty cool. I dig it. Yeah, I probably should have given it to Swedge, and I believe I figured this aspect out when I did the Pixel remaster version. So yeah, I will be doing that entirety run on the Twitch and all that good stuff. At some point, same channel at Rooster Retro. You'll find me there. Alright, the monsters have perished. Level up. There's Swedge's level up. Nice, dude. That's what we've been waiting for.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
That just sounded like Charlie when I said that. I didn't even realize that. I was like thinking, wait a minute, why did my brain immediately go to woo? Yeah, baby! So, that's why. I was just like, wait a minute, do I say that? But no, there's an entire metaverse of that out now, so now I'm just RPG Charlie, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that was a thing yet. Let's see, alright, we're gonna bust out some of that Diago right away this time too, actually, so we can go through and just start blasting out damage right now. There we go, looking good. So it didn't actually outright kill all of them, unfortunately, so looks like the guys with like 119 are able to survive. So they must have just a little bit more than that. Watch some motherfuckers have like 120. And that's like the cutoff. I'm right there at the line, you know? It's like when you pull into the driveway in your car, and that song ends right as you turn it off. That's the opposite of what happened here, but, you know, that's like the good feeling. That is not when your spell goes off and it's just like, oh, not enough to kill the guy. He had one more hit point, you motherfucker. And that's why, actually, and don't tell my Dungeons and Dragons party this, but I fudge the numbers all the time in D&D. They think they're getting the bang on me as a dungeon master. No, sir. No, you're not. Or, no, ma'am, because all the girls play the games with us right now. It's awesome. But, no. Indeed. Ooh, let's see, we're going to throw out some Hialaga there. Looks like the party was looking actually a little low there, so probably a good time to, well, not really super low, maybe mid. Mid's a little bit below his mid, so damn, we're getting a lot of money, too. I just realized, I mean, there's nothing we even need to do at the end of the game with money at this point anyway, but, you know, there it is. Oh, we got a group of mind flayers now. Oh my god, okay. So it seems like some of the enemies also in this area might be getting a little bit worse. I don't know. They're like increasing in difficulty to some extent. And again, this version of the game is still closer, I'd say, to the original Final Fantasy 1 on the Nintendo than it is to the Pixel remaster. Well, they're both very close. The Pixel remaster obviously has it's got like the speed up buttons and things like that, you know. But I don't know if that essentially makes so much of the game any easier per se. I feel like it makes the time go by a little easier. So maybe, you know, instead of being like, you know, in the higher levels or something like that, you know, I'm beating the game at level 34, which, you know, probably can be done in both versions. And I have to go back and check and see which level I actually got, but damn, we're all getting stunned out. Holy crap, these freaking mind flayers, dude. Okay, some of them are running away. What's going on here? We're all incredibly super paralyzed. Everyone can't move. The mind flayers are running away anyway. Throwing out a mind blast is ineffective against us because we're already freaking fucked up. Paralyzed. Everyone's paralyzed. Can't attack, can't do anything else. Here, we're cured. Okay, Swedge is cured. Oh my god. Okay, I mean, they're not killing us really or anything. It's just like keeping us locked in a stun lock. That's so, oh no. Okay, he's ineffective. Okay, that's good. Okay. Thor's hammer, because he's the only one that can do anything. Okay, Venus is back. Sweet, Goku's back and Mid's back. Okay, good. Oh, that got a little terrifying there for a minute. Oh my god, there's mind flayers, dude. And that, my friends, is why the mind flayer from that show that y'all like is a fucking creature. Look what he just did to my party, man. He just locked me up. And there's like 4 of them. There's probably only one of them. He made himself like happen like 5 times. So the only ones that's running away are the ones that don't matter. Holy fuck, if that's a mind fuck. you gotta watch, you know, Stranger Things, of course, but like also this is kind of like, well, and this a Mind Flayer is kind of also based on D&D, so it's like, oh, boom, there goes your head, and everything else with it. Oh my god. Let's use the healing staff for my own party, so that way the Mind Flayer doesn't fuck us any further. Oh, nope, it's gonna lock us back down to a stun lock. Nope, oh my god, now there's like one left, it's like the final, oh, and he fucks off. What the hell just happened there? Okay, that was the craziest battle I think of the game, actually, right? There was all these freaking Mind Flayers that just like totally annihilated me. Oh my god. Okay, so here come the vampires. Yeah, something we haven't, something we can definitely know that we can take care of. I don't know if they're all gonna be running away on us or not, but you know, that's pretty good. So, man, what a good time for a finale, right? I mean, this is good for a finale episode. Have some of the craziest shit happen here at the end. And that's usually part of the course, I think. Well, not so much crazy shit on every episode or anything like that, but you know, you've always got to have something a little bit, you know, nasty happen, you know. Super Metroid had its clock run out, you know, all the good stuff where you go, we got to get the hell out of here now, oh my god. You know. What did Legend of Zelda have? Legend of Zelda, when I played through that one, I just ripped the shit out of Ganon, so. He was a bitch. Not much of a challenge at all. Take that, Ganon. That's right. And just like that as well, we are going to take care of that party of monsters. Alright, so we're going to keep traversing here through this bit of a maze. Now, when I was going through this, I actually did like some like old school printout maps, you know, so when I play my Let's Plays on the side, that's how I like to do it. Keep it old school, look at some walkthroughs and some guides and, you know, things like that. If I need it, I tend to try not to use it to find like every single item or anything like that. But, you know, if I'm going through a maze and I'm like, which direction do I go? I don't see the harm in using a map, you know what I mean? Like, some of these old school games, especially back in the day, didn't have maps, you know, and that's a big feature of a lot of RPGs nowadays. You know, it's like, let the players know where they're going. Give them a way to kind of track where they're going, you know, instead of having to do it outside of the game. You doing it internally in the game has always been a positive, you know. Legend of Zelda with all its maps in the early days, I mean, that was always a thing. And, you know, I understand too as well that, you know, limitations of graphics and computer quality had a lot to play into the factors of all that, of course, but you know, and especially in a game like this, you know, like Final Fantasy 1, where they crammed like all of this into this, you know, that's fine. I know you don't have a map, but like, you know, we also back in the day when I was a kid, we had Nintendo Power, dude. We had the power, you know, and those games and those Power Mags, those were Power Mags, dude. They had the strats in there, dude. They had the strategy guides. They had everything you needed to know. And yeah, I loved it. And this was all pre-internet. I'm old, aging, but yeah, there we go. All right, I believe we're just close enough. Is this where, yeah, this is where Tiamat's gonna be. Tiamat comes right here in this little intersection right here before we get into the main door, or one of the main doors out. So let's see, Tiamat here. He's gonna be a bit of a toughie, I believe. He should be a little bit more powered up than he was before, so. Let's actually see what he can do here. Alright, so we're gonna haste up, that's for sure. Get Goku up there quick and fast. Ooh, and right in time for him to take a strike. Oh my god, with a critical hit. Oh, that's good. Oh, yes. Goku, dude. He's gonna have to get the kill strike, man. It's gotta happen. I haven't pre-watched any or seen through all of this, so essentially this is kind of like my reaction to an old episode anyway, so. We dropped the Scourge down. Okay, so we're not looking super low, but we're looking a little bit down there. Let's see if we can pull this off. What do we got? We got some of the, okay, that's gonna do the evasion thing, I believe, right? Yes, evasion up with the white robe. Alright, come on, Goku, what do you got? Critical? Yes. I believe as well this ROM hack upped the HP of these monsters, so I'm assuming it probably did. Ooh, another critical hit by Venus, nice. Also, raised the hit point pool of some of these second win bosses, so that'd be pretty interesting right there. Alright, he's dealing out some alright damage. Alright, let's get some of that healing stuff. Oh, there it goes with the Thundara. Okay, so it looks like we've got our shields up, so it's not really doing too much. But it is lightly chipping away. And there we go, we'll immediately reverse that last round of his garbage. Just bring it back, almost. That's pretty good, come on, Goku. Critical hit terminated, he's done. Oh my god. I see, and I feel like fighting something in the marsh cave, those vampires first time around and stuff like that was like, difficult. Muy difficult. Very difficult, yes. Alright, we're gonna fight off these vampire lords, and I believe we're almost out of the dungeon, or we're getting near the end over here. We should be coming up to the final boss over here, so let's get ready. Let's prepare ourselves. Alright, because I believe through these doors, we have to just go up and around. Into the doors. Yeah, I think there's nothing else on this floor, so I think it's just up in here. There's no monsters. But it's Garland.
Do you remember me? I was once a knight of Cornelia from 2,000 years in the future. I, Garland, was slain by you, but the four great forces sent me back in time and resurrected me. From here, I sent the four fiends to the future, where they will once again use the four great forces to send my future self back here. My future self will have no memory of this. However, I will again return to the past. You will die here, but I will live on for eternity!
Oh, and it's time for chaos. Let's get it. That's right. The final boss of Final Fantasy I. In the Temple of Chaos, it's the demon, Chaos himself. We're gonna throw everything we've got at this dude. It's time to just let it all out. Everything you've been holding up on, any items you've been storing, if there's anything we got, it's time to let it fucking fly, my friends. Alright, Goku, what you got, buddy? 5 hits? Okay, well, wow, he had a critical hit for only 135 something damage. Wow, okay, so something's up here. We gotta, it's time to put our shields up, that's for sure. Might have to start throwing some magic at this dude, too, so let's see. We got our defenses up. Ooh, and you cast Earthquake, which is ineffective against 2 of my guys, 3 of my guys. Come on. What do we got? Ineffective against a whole party there. All right, so nothing too crazy with the with Earthquake spell. All right, mid. There we go. And let's see for this next round. What are we gonna do? Okay, so it's definitely let's see. We definitely want to put up our shields. Let's bar up the fire. I think that might help us out a little bit. We'll go ahead and just keep striking. I believe with Goku is the way to go. And let's see, we'll equip some of that, we'll use some of that equipment there. We'll use that thing to get our evasion up. We'll just keep it going. Just keep buffing the party. He's throwing some Blizzaga after us. Not too bad. Actually, that was okay. We can deal with that. Wow, 700 something hits from Goku. That's much better. Alright, let's kick up that evasion, boys. Let's get it. Alright, and bar up the shields on some ice. Bar ice. Just keep resisting that ice. Any magic he throws at us, we should be resistant again. Now, you can stack these, again, but let's put up some fire resistance. We need that, too. And that's one thing, one of the few spells that I believe Venus can use. Alright, so he's done his diligence there, I believe. Yeah, so we put that stuff up. And I'm glad I got that for Venus. That's good. That's a good skill. Alright, let's see what else we got. So, oh man, it's, yeah, I should go ahead and haste up Venus, too. Let's just do that. Let's just get the fighter going fast as hell. Alright, some Hilaga round here. Get our health all the way back. We're gonna need that stuff in this next round. 5 hits with 125, not too bad. Doing much better there in the critical hits with Goku. Those are definitely doing the thing. Haste up, haste up. Yeah. Alright, see that thunder damage not doing a whole lot. So we're okay. And he hasn't really thrown out much. I haven't seen of anything else yet. Maybe just not yet. Alright, what do we want here? Let's temper up Venus. Let's get his attacks a little bit more pumped up. And I don't believe he's undead, so I can't use some of my undead magic here. But I believe Holy itself does not count as an undead type of magic. So we can finally break out some Holy. One of the most powerful white magic spells. And there we go with our resistance to lightning. We'll just beef that up because he seems to be using that quite a lot. Ooh, and a critical hit for 922. And then we'll throw the Holy spell. Not bad. Could have done a little bit better, but that was pretty good. I know, I made that sound like so epic. Yes, it's time for Holy, and then it kind of wienered. That's okay. Chaos probably does have some sort of magical fortitude against him, so he is able to resist some of the magic effectiveness of the spell Holy. Being a chaos being and such. Maybe we could focus up here. That's probably not a bad idea. Let's see, is everybody already protected? Could I invisible? Should I invisiria everyone? I don't know. Or should I just, I think that the evasion, keeping that up. Let's just go ahead with a regular ass healing staff round. Keep our numbers pumped up a little bit. That's probably a good idea. And you got the move off right away, so that's pretty good. Alright, mid, dropping the focus. And dropping Chaos's evasion down. I wonder if that's going to do anything at all for us. We are still going to get 5 hits on him. That's pretty good. He's thrown the Inferno, though. The Inferno is a nasty attack that is going to do a good bit of damage here. Yeah, in the 80s and the 90s we're seeing there. Ooh, with another critical hit. Alright, come on, Goku. You're my boy, dude. We got to see this through. Alright, so let's see. It's probably time to break out some of the bigger healing magic, I think, probably, almost. But let's see. It's, I can... do I want to use... Maybe we can throw some fire, some blizzard. You know, there's all kinds of things we can throw. Or I can temper up Goku. Maybe I can make his fists of steel just kick in. We can keep the evasion going. I don't know if that actually stacks, though, so maybe not. Maybe it... I should probably... Yeah, I figured that's the play. It's time. Okay, he's going to throw a tsunami at us now, so there's like some wind magic. Ooh, that did a good bit of damage there. Well, that's fine. We'll use some of our more powerful healing magic and retain some of that back, so perfect. And this is why I take a white mage with me in my party. So at the very beginning of the game, I probably called it. I'm like, man, I'm taking a white mage with me for the end of the game because I know at the end of the game, this dude's going to be throwing some shit. And look at this. I mean, he's throwing shit all over, all day, son. So you got to bring a white mage with you. Maybe I could have gotten away without bringing a red mage, perhaps, and I could have, you know, done like fighter, monk, black mage, white mage. But I feel like just having the fighting ability of a red mage has probably saved my ass in attacking things more often than not. You know, I probably could have found myself in a position where it's like, do I really want to knife this guy with a little tiny knife from my wizard, or do I want a more proficient wizard, magic user per se, to use his abilities instead, with proficiency in a sword, you know? So I think about, ooh, Goku got a fucking nasty hit right there. That's also the bad side of having a monk with you or anything like that, is you're gonna need, and he got it. There it is. Doesn't even matter. He knocked him to the brink of death. He got Goku down really low, and Goku's like, no. In classic Goku fashion. That's that's so apropos. So good. I'll see you later, Chaos. And that's the end of that, dude. Man, that was good. That was good. Of course, mid would be, or not mid. Goku would be the one, you know. But at the end of his health like that, and just Dragon Ball fashion, love it. Oh, it's so good. The time loop was severed at last. With the 2,000-year struggle over, peace prevailed. The light of the 4 crystals, shining once more, restored the forces of the wind, water, earth, and fire. It was a trivial misunderstanding that gave rise to Garland's hatred. But amplified by the 4 forces meant to guide the world, this hatred burned across time and gave birth to the 4 fiends of chaos. Evil spread throughout the world and covered it in darkness. But all that is now past, and thanks to the courage and strength of the 4 warriors, time has been restored. With the 4 forces glowing as they were meant to, the Light Warriors crossed time once more and returned to the world they knew. Sarah and Jane wait for them there, and of course Garland, whom the 4 know well, does too. But when did it all begin? I don't know. Good question. That fateful day the world fell into disorder, and time was thrust into an endless cycle. None can say. But 4 youths changed that. Chosen by the very forces that swept the world in darkness, they used them to bathe it in light. No one will ever know of the struggle the 4 endured, for breaking the chain that bound time in a loop, has erased it from history. But in the tales people tell, the memory of their deeds lives on. Tales of dwarves and elves, tales of dragons and shining civilizations that reached for the heavens, even as they fell. The warriors of light now return from their journey across 2,000 years of time. The memories of their journey buried deep in their hearts, they will watch over the world. Always remember that the light of the world must be guided in the right direction. If it goes astray, darkness will come again. And never forget that the true crystals live on in your heart. For you are the warrior who crossed time and banished the darkness. May the crystals always shine. And that's it. That is the end of Final Fantasy 1. What a game it was indeed, too. I mean, just a as I've said probably a million times, such a classic adventure. Timeless adventure now at this point, really. I mean, when you really think about it, yes. After all that time travel such in business, a timeless adventure indeed, yes. Oh my god, yeah, so that's been Final Fantasy 1, and I finally freaking finished it. I fucking did it! Alright, so there it is. Yeah, Final Fantasy 1 is done, and I can add that to my list of completed Let's Plays. I can finally mark the little completed thing on the playlist, so if you want to see the entirety of the series that I've gone through from or early levels, level 1, up to level, like, what, 34, 35, something like that, 34, I think. There you go. With that party, with the party of a fighter, a monk, a red mage, and a white mage. That's right. Thank you guys so much for watching the Rooster Retro Show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon to be reminded of future uploads. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next Let's Play.